As the final chapter of the Switzerland campaign begins, our task is clear. It's time to show how to complete the Power to the People journey. We'll be focusing on accomplishing all 15 mandatory tasks, alongside 4 optional tasks, to ensure a solid bonus that boosts our final rating. To maximise efficiency, it's important to carefully manage resources and begin preparing for the crucial developments ahead. Innovation points will be key, and all must be spent wisely. So at first, it's time to open the necessary electric metropolitans. We start by investing 300 points to unlock the Vickers locomotives, a powerful and efficient choice that will serve as our primary workhorse for this scenario. This locomotive becomes essential for handling the bulk of our transportation tasks. Next, we employ a strategic research refund to boost passenger capacity by an additional 5%, combining with other bonuses for a total 20% increase. By leveraging these innovations and maintaining focus on the tasks ahead, we ensure a smooth completion of the scenario, cementing victory in the final Swiss challenge. In this scenario, the main task is to build an electric rail line between Brig and Sion and transport 20 passengers along it. At the same time, we need to grow Brig's population to 70,000, requiring careful development of nearby areas. To fund these tasks, we can issue bonds, with the highest one providing 683,000. Currently, the company value is 0, but we have a stock price of 30,000 and a total market value of 3 million. With strategic investments and expansion, we'll hit our goals and ensure success. The first task is to construct the electric railway line between Brig and Goms. It's a straightforward task, so let's get it done right away. Remember, all lines must be electrified, so be sure to activate electrification when building. This needs to be completed on the very first day, January 1st, 1920, as that's when the scenario begins. By completing this quickly, we set ourselves up for success in the next steps of the campaign. As we move forward, one critical element for future growth is securing a supply of wood. Wood is a foundational resource necessary for the development of all nearby cities, so ensuring a steady supply is key to their expansion. By investing early in this, we can build a strong base for the cities to thrive. Next, we'll earn a valuable bonus by connecting Sierre, the closest city to Brig. This connection is essential because Brig and Sierre will serve as our main hubs for passenger traffic, generating significant cash flow as passengers move in and out between these key cities. Above Brig, we have Blatten, which will play a crucial role in providing meat for the factories. By leveraging the nearby resources, specifically wood from the forests and salt located to the left of Blatten, we can set up a production chain to create meat delicatessen. This product is famous in Switzerland and highly sought after, making it one of the essential goods we should focus on. Now, turning to Zermatt, this city provides an opportunity for production. Given its mountainous terrain, the best choice for production here is mountain cheese. This is a local specialty and is essential for both consumption within the region and the city's development. Building a mountain cheese production facility will not only meet local demand, but also contribute to Zermatt's future growth, making it an important part of our overall strategy. Let's focus is on a very important aspect: strategic planning for food supply. Food is essential for city growth, and to ensure that all nearby cities have a stable supply, we must act quickly. The food supply will come from our newly acquired resource hub, Kastner Rest, which I immediately bought. This is crucial for ensuring the cities have enough to grow steadily. It's important to use the first funds you receive from bonuses or new connections to invest in food production. Most likely, you'll need to do the same as me and level up the food supply to level 2 early on. Once this is done, and you've received your bonus from the new connection, probably around 350k, similar to mine, you'll be in a strong position to keep expanding. Now, let's move on to connecting Costa Rest with Sion, located at the left end of the map. This connection is key for expanding your food distribution network. But here's the trick. we'll maximise efficiency by utilising the freight train's return trip. After delivering goods to Sion, it can pick up production from Sion and transport it to Sierre, continuing its journey to Costa Rest for the next round of supplies. Similarly, as we just saw, we'll apply this strategy with Zermatt. The freight train will deliver mountain cheese without needing a special train for it. My strategy revolves around optimizing backhaul trips for maximum efficiency. After delivering goods to Sion, the freight train will return by stopping in Sierre, utilizing the backhaul route to bring local goods. Similarly, from Zermatt, the train will also stop in Sierre on the return trip. For Goms, it makes the most sense to have the train return directly to Brig, ensuring resources are cycled efficiently. Another critical station in this strategy is the cow station near Sierre. Livestock from here will be consistently supplied to Sierre's meat-producing factory. The livestock will be utilised exclusively at this station for the entire scenario, so there's no need to worry about additional livestock supply, except for the final chapter. Now, let's focus on the sugar supply. Sugar is sourced near Goms and distributed across the network, with backhaul trips bringing local goods from these cities back to Brig. This method ensures no empty trips and maximises the use of every route. As the game progresses, we will have other farms nearby to target. These farms produce vegetables and pears, which are essential for growth and are high on my shopping list. Securing these resources early will provide the cities with much-needed supplies for their continued development. By combining efficient backhaul trips, securing essential resources like sugar and livestock, and planning for future purchases, we ensure a streamlined strategy that will keep the cities thriving and our network profitable. Now that our setup is in place, we can see that the population in all connected cities is steadily increasing. The next task on our list involves expanding to the nearby region of Lausanne, located in Canton de Waadt. This will be our next key area for development. But before moving forward, let's quickly review our existing terminals. As you can see, we've connected the vegetable and pear terminals across the region, ensuring all cities have a stable supply. This is essential as we need every city to grow, and maintaining a steady flow of these goods is critical for that growth. Managing the supply and demand of vegetables and pears is especially important since all cities are in constant need of them. Keeping their demand fulfilled allows the cities to expand, and this plays a major role in the overall success of our strategy. This region is the backbone of the scenario, so how well you manage it will determine your success. One key tip is to continuously level up your supply lines. Keep checking the demand for vegetables and pears and ensure you can meet it by upgrading whenever possible. Vegetables are always in demand, so never underestimate the importance of maintaining and improving your supply chains. Now, looking toward Lausanne, it's going to cost 1.3 million to buy. Unfortunately, we can't issue bonds right now due to our current capitalization limits, so generating cash in our home region is our best bet. By focusing on the continued growth and productivity of our existing cities, we can accumulate the necessary funds and connect Lausanne along with 5 more cities in Canton de Waadt to our main network. At this stage, I've bought and connected Lausanne and the surrounding cities. The next task is simple. Transport 225 passengers from Lausanne to Geneva via an electric rail line. It's a straightforward route, essentially a straight line running from Brig all the way to Geneva. This line passes through major cities like Aigle, Vevey, Lausanne and Nyon. There's no need to bring resources from the home region, as the terminals along the route are sufficient. Pay special attention to Geneva, where 3 essential terminals, wood, grain and sugar, along with salt, are located. Geneva is ideal for industrial production, particularly for clothing, and it can supply goods back to Lausanne and other cities in the region. This makes it a vital industrial hub for our network. It's now September 14th, 1922, and we've successfully completed the second part of our tasks. Interestingly, we automatically fulfilled one of the tasks from the next list, owning a total of 12 industries and businesses, which was achieved on September 2nd, 1922. Now, let's take a moment to review where we stand and plan our next moves. At this stage, our focus is on generating a stable flow of cash to prepare for the next big step, buying a stake in our competitor's company. It's not a particularly difficult task, as there are plenty of terminals conveniently located nearby, particularly around Freiburg, which is our next target for expansion. Freiburg is crucial to our overall strategy, and I urge you to pay special attention to it. This city will play a key role in connecting us to the final tasks of the game. Goods from Freiburg will be essential for supplying the last region, especially as some resources, like meat, will be scarce in the later stages of the scenario. Freiburg can serve as a hub for producing and distributing these goods early on, ensuring that we're well prepared for the challenges ahead. As we continue this expansion, I've maintained a strategy of acquiring terminals wherever possible. When I can, I invest in 4 to 6 terminals and ensure that I build trucks to handle the flow of goods, allowing the trains to move in and out smoothly. This approach helps avoid congestion at the stations. It's critical to avoid a stack overflow of trains, as this can bring the entire system to a halt. If you have enough funds, as I do now, I strongly recommend investing in tracks to support your rail operations. This will keep your terminals functioning efficiently, allowing trains to operate without delays or blockages. Managing these logistics is a key factor for success, ensuring that your flow of goods and passengers remains uninterrupted. In summary, the strategy moving forward is clear. Generate cash, buy stakes in competitors, and expand into Freiburg. Ensure smooth transport by using tracks and avoiding station congestion. This will set us up for the next phase of the scenario, where efficient transport and resource management become even more critical. Let's take a moment to relax and enjoy the game. As we move forward, we have a competitor who has been commenting on our progress from the start. Let him laugh. It's fine. In the end, we're going to buy him out and kick him out of the business. Ha ha ha. I guess that makes me the bad guy here. But for now, let's take a breath and admire the beautiful Swiss landscape that surrounds us. I'm currently sitting on my train, just waiting for another train to pass. It looks like we're stopped for a moment, allowing a wood train to go ahead. But no worries. We'll be polite and let them pass. It's the English way after all. Queuing is our national sport, so no rush here. Now, let's focus on the task at hand, buying out our competitor, Mr. Henry Rhodes. I'm gradually buying his shares, one by one, as my funds come in. Every time I generate some cash, I make another move to purchase more shares. This is part of our bigger strategy for the final stretch of the game, and it's satisfying to know that soon enough, we'll completely own him and control his business. The next big task on our list is the grand finale, aptly named the Electrifying Finale. There are a few major objectives in this final phase, and we've already completed some of them. For example, one task is to construct electric rails, but I've already achieved this automatically since I've laid over 3,000 kilometers of electric rail. I actually fulfilled this on January 21st, so that's already ticked off the list. Another task is to transport 300 passengers from Thun to Bern. This is a straightforward objective and easy to accomplish given our setup. Once we get that done, the last key task is to increase the population in Bern to 120,000 citizens. It's all coming together, but Bern isn't the only city we need to focus on. And as it's more than enough, To complete our objectives, we need more funds. Instead of relying on the balance sheet, the quickest option is to issue a bond. We'll go for the 11.9 million bond, as it's more than enough. This will allow us to buy the concession for the canton of Bern and start operations there. With this bond, we can swiftly expand into the region and secure our final victory. We are going to merge and dissolve Mr. Roth's company, and while he was laughing at us earlier, it's clear who's winning now. With only 442 kilometres of routes and a loss of 600,000, his assets are now ours. In the end, it's not about who laughs first, but who has the last laugh, and that's us, as we take full control of his business. Now I'll hand it over to my partner. Let's hear his thoughts on how our competition is faring and what we need to watch out for as we continue to strengthen our position.
Nobody will stand in our way, and their steam locomotives will look much better in a museum where they belong.
Now, let's take a closer look at what we've just acquired from Mr. Roth. Starting with the Enhart terminal, there's a hotel at the station? Really? Let's just sell it. We don't need it. Next, there's a warehouse. It's in the middle of nowhere, so we'll sell that too. Moving on to the Varus terminal, we also don't need these outdated supply towers. We're switching everything from steam to electric, so it's time to clear out the old stuff. So, you know when you buy something and it looks like a great deal, you're thinking, wow, I've hit the jackpot. And then you get it home and realise it's absolute rubbish, like buying a 5-star hotel online, only to find out it's a tent in someone's back garden. And look at this, only one lane, not even 2 tracks connected. It's time for some serious upgrades. Right, let's keep going. Another tower down, that's sorted. The station looks alright, so let's move on. Yeah, things are looking good as we head towards the city, though we'll check that later. Let's swing left. Another tower demolished. Oh, a truck going nowhere. Well, we'll fix that later. Back to the left again. Another tower. Ah, here we are, the milk station. What's this? Another warehouse? Demolished. And a hotel? Built in the middle of nowhere? Again? I'm starting to think Mr. Roth has a thing for building hotels wherever he can. Maybe he's inspired by American history, putting hotels in the middle of the desert. Alright, let's see where we can go from this station. Let's give it a shot and build. Off we go, go, go. And look at that, the tracks are crossing. But well, they're basically going nowhere. And instead of 2, we're down to just 1 track again. They're crossing in the most bizarre, unexpected way. I'm not even sure if that's feasible, let alone functional. I'm starting to think leaving his tracks intact might have been a bit of a mistake. Honestly, it might have been better to just wipe the whole thing clean and start from scratch. Alright, let's move on and see what else he's got. Now we're at the city of Shangnau. Never heard of it before, never been. And honestly, no idea what it looks like. Anyway, we've got a maintenance depot here, which is fine. Automatically set to 90%, as I do everywhere. But then, surprise, surprise, there's another warehouse in the city. I mean, come on, who needs a warehouse in the middle of the city? Absolute nonsense. Let's keep going and see what's next. Ah, another station. And, surprise, surprise, another warehouse. Honestly, at this point, it's no longer a surprise for me. And of course, another hotel. Well, at least I can get 83,000 back by demolishing this useless thing. Right, let's move on. And here we go again. Further up, the tracks are broken. Looks like we'll need to fix this as well if we want our trains to actually pass through. The only way to sort this without clearing everything is to build towers along the tracks to stabilise things, then clear the broken sections just before the towers. That should keep everything running smoothly. Seems that's the only way that game developers left for us. Of course, that means you'll have to remove the towers afterward, and honestly, it's just so annoying. A lot of extra work for no reason. But yeah, that's Railway Empire for you, dealing with messy things like this. A few months have passed, and we're steadily developing and making progress. I've been working on some optional tasks, so let's quickly check on supply and demand. In Shangnao, we've got 76% fulfillment, which is solid. Over in Bern, we're at 71%, and the city's population is growing. Supply and demand seem pretty healthy overall. Now, Bergdorf is sitting at 98%, which is one of the best results we've seen so far. What I did here was build and level up to the maximum allowed level, level 4, because meat is absolutely essential for all the cities in this region to grow. Heading up to Langenthal, we've hit an impressive 99.6% fulfillment of demand, which I think is my record in the game. The population is also nearing 50,000, which means we'll soon be able to build another city building. Things are really progressing well here. At this stage, I'm going to hold off a bit, as I want to complete the last remaining optional task of reaching 350,000 population in the canton of Bern before Bern itself reaches its goal. It's all about careful timing now to get that final boost. Looking at my balance for the last 7 days, I can see I'm earning around 1.5 million in profit, which is great, but there's still room for improvement. Clearing those bank debts and getting rid of the interest payments would really help boost the overall profit. While the main task left is increasing Bern's population, it's always a good idea to check what's missing. For instance, I've got 8 wagons of pears heading in, but I think it wouldn't hurt to add more. Keeping the supply flowing will help push the city's growth forward. And of course, it's always smart to check the nearby cities to see if there's anything that needs attention or can be quickly fixed. Just in case, staying on top of things will keep everything running smoothly. As I have here, fulfillment is still at 70% plus levels, and it's enough for City to grow further. And that's all, mates. I've just completed the last remaining main task with Bern, and my partner gave me a round of applause. With the quarter report showing a solid 23 million in profit, I'd say that's more than enough to keep me happy. So that was power to the people, the last scenario in the game for now. We managed to complete all the main and optional tasks, boosting the company's value to $500 million. Personally, I find that pretty impressive. But, of course, the game still ranked me as a manager instead of chief, as usual. I suspect it's down to the time bonus since I waited for the optional tasks to be completed. Oh well, still a strong finish. And wow, nearly 10,000 kilometres of rail built, all electric, with 365 active rail lines. What more could the owners expect? Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to comment, like, and I love you all.